founding partner of Imec.xpand. Imec.xpand is a fund that invests in companies that leverage Imec technology, expertise, and infrastructure. We're operating independently from Imec, but obviously Imec is our biggest stakeholder in the fund. We're looking for companies, obviously, that have a significant collaboration ongoing, or that could have a significant collaboration ongoing with Imec, and we try to support them financially, but also operationally, and see where we can help in the development of their technology roadmap. We have different LPs. Most of our investors are banks, insurance companies, high net worth individuals, asset managers. We have a few corporate investors. We're also one of the very few early stage European investors that have a fairly international LP base. And as a result, we also have a very international mandate. With our second fund, for instance, so far we made 7 investments in 6 different countries. 5 in Europe, 2 in the US. So we have a global mandate. We think it's important to have a global mandate if you're active in the semiconductor industry. We manage about 400 million to date, looking to invest up to 30 million in one single company. That's a lot of initiatives, all very different from each other. We work the closest with the Imec innovation team that's actually responsible for creating opportunities out of Imec, and has done an excellent job of generating 5 to 10 high quality opportunities a year that are then presented to us as an investment opportunity. Typically, we would pick the 2-3 best ones out of that cohort and invest in this with the fund. Companies that we decide not to support, it's obviously free to Imec to develop them in another way, or to try to valorize the technology in another way. The iStart initiative and the fund linked to the iStart initiative is different, as more an accelerator vibe. Is a world-renowned accelerator that has been very successful, but not as much linked to Imec technology. The companies that are part of the Imec iStart program do not have to have a collaboration with Imec, the R&D center. In our case, all our companies do collaborate with Imec. Obviously, from a geography perspective, to start there, the US is still a very interesting geography because the ecosystem is much better developed there than it's in Europe, and we hope that with this initiative, the European ecosystem will actually catch up, because that will be necessary. Looking in Europe, we do have a bias to regions where the semiconductor industry is historically better developed. If you look at the North Brabant region in the Netherlands, with ASML, with NXP, Philips, historically, there's a lot of people with talent in the with a background in deep tech in semiconductors, so we focus on that. Finland, because you have the ex-Nokia impact there. Also in France, there's certain regions that we ST Microelectronics and CA Leti. There's definitely very interesting opportunities, and then in the UK we also see some interesting stuff if the UK is still Europe, of course, but for the time being we see interesting things there. As far as the domains are concerned, obviously, you cannot go by AI these days. It's a sector that's booming. It's a hype, but as an investor, it's not bad to be part of a hype every now and again. But we're also looking at a lot of life science applications. Cell therapy, for instance, is up and coming, and the role that the semiconductor technology can play in those domains could be differentiating. So we're open to anything that has a chip in it and that can have a global disruptive impact on the domain they're active in. Yeah, for us it's important that we know any company. We're hyper specialized in our investment focus, so it's important that we know every company that is active in the field that we're interested in. A number of the companies that are part of the cohort we already knew, but there's also companies that are new to us or that we had heard of but did not know what exactly they were doing or where they were in their development. I think it's important to get regular updates on these type of companies, the progress they made, the money they have raised so far, to stay involved and to stay informed on what companies could be our potential target for investment. It's also a very interesting way to see companies from all over Europe together in one place. I mean, you don't have to travel to Spain or Finland or Germany to meet the companies. You can do it in person. I mean, you don't have to do it through a virtual meeting, which for early stage investments is important. I mean, you want to look people in the eye. So we see this as a very good initiative for us to get better deal flow and to connect with stakeholders in the ecosystem.